is Saturday, January
This is
10th,
Dick
and
Whitney bringing you
you
the
are watching
weather.
You Don't
Let me
Watch
tell you, I'm
Sports
happy to
right
say
here
there's
on the
no
Feo
trouble.
Grande
The
YouTube
sky's coming
network.
your
I am
way.
Bill Smith, and I am joined as always by the man, the myth, the legend, Feo Grande himself, Omari Ellis. Omari, how was your sports week?
You know what? My sports week was weird, but it actually was pretty positive for pretty obvious reasons. When you get into the playoffs on a loss, it's a good time. It's weird, but we still made it in there.
This is this new for your Panthers fandom?
What? Making it to the playoffs on a loss?
Well,
Or making
no,
it or
like
winning the debate technically?
did you technically seize the Panthers as your team the year after Newton took them to
Yeah,
the playoffs?
technically, yeah, technically the year Cam made it to the Super Bowl was the last year the Rams were in St. Louis. So I needed a new team the following September, and that was the Panthers. So this is the first
Have
time
they
they've
been to
won
the
the
playoffs
division.
back?
I think they've been to the playoffs, but this is
Okay.
the first time they've won the division since I've been a Panthers fan.
Okay. Well, congratulations. That's something to celebrate,
Yeah,
whether
yeah,
it
yeah.
was on a win or a loss. We are going to cover the Panthers and three total topics here on You Don't Watch Sports, just to sprinkle a little bit of sports information into your casual conversation as we are your guiding light through that sea that is sports talk. The NFL is going on and the playoffs are happening, and our resident expert Omari is going to break it down for us once again.
Yeah. So the regular season is over. Picks have been in, and the final count for me was 149, 88, and 1 out of picks that I've made on this show. Not too bad overall. Also, boy, was this week the week for firing. Black Monday was a thing, but then so was Black like Sunday and Thursday for other coaches. Lots of coaches got fired. The Falcons, Raheem Morris, out of here. Cardinals, Gannon, I don't know his first name. He's out of here. The Browns rightfully lost Stefanski, and Pete Carroll was fired by the Raiders. You remember Super Bowl winning coach Pete Carroll,
Mm-hmm.
formerly of the
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks fame. Now, surprisingly to some, the Ravens decided that John Harbaugh, after winning a Super Bowl and having multiple seasons with MVP Lamar Jackson, enough's enough for them. No Super Bowl coming out of these Lamar years. Some questionable decisions on not giving Derrick Henry the ball here and there. They cut him.
A lot of really high expectations going into this season with if it, yes, there is a very big Lamar injury inside of your season that's pretty significant, but you started the season with what a lot of people were thinking could be the lock in the MVP, and then I was also thinking about this the other day of like I wonder if there's some of these teams who are going to sit there and look at this season and say that the year that the Chiefs finally like the team that had the absolute stranglehold on the league finally broke and we didn't seize our opportunity.
Mhm.
I can see that really upsetting some ownerships or some fan bases, seeing that this is finally the year that the Chiefs aren't in it, and the fucking no offense Carolina Panthers and Jacksonville Jaguars are at the top of the AFC. Like
Um, hey,
if I was the
hey,
person trying to run shit in
hey,
Buffalo,
hey.
I'd be really
Panthers
pissed
are
right now.
NFC.
That's true. That's true. Panthers are
Panthers are
NFC.
NFC. But and the Jaguars had a good win-loss record. So but yes, I do get your point. Oh, nonetheless, I understand your point. The Panthers are here, but the Chiefs are not. Or like the Ravens are not, you know.
For in the last coach you haven't
Yeah.
you hadn't
I
named.
hadn't
Uh,
mentioned the
I feel like
Dolphins.
that's
Mike
right there in that
McDaniel was
conversation
fired as
of
well.
like another team that's been neck and neck with the Chiefs for 4 years, and then finally the Chiefs fall off the planet, and this isn't the Dolphins' moment. I can see him being tired of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, as can I. A lot of people believe that because Harbaugh got fired, that pretty much guaranteed Mike McDaniel was gone too. If for no other reason than to maybe open up the door so they can hire Harbaugh. But it's like, okay,
Interesting.
if
Does
Super
does
Bowl
Harbaugh
win,
have some Miami connections, or is there talent there that has Harbaugh connections or something?
Harbaugh is a Super Bowl winning coach that has had some pretty good win-loss records over time.
Okay. So just the assumption is that teams are
Yeah,
going to be
and
hunt
the
are going to
Dolphins,
be
yeah. And
bidding
the
for him.
Dolphins haven't been living up to snuff the past year or two. Ever since, the concussion season for Tua, he's not been performing well and stuff like that. So they're just now's as good a time as any, rather than maybe we could get another year out of them. Like if they were on the idea is, I guess, is if they were on the fence about whether or not to keep Mike McDaniel, once they saw Harbaugh get fired, they're like, oh, we got a chance to get him out of here. All right, good luck somewhere else. And I think Mike McDaniel may be good on another team where his quarterback doesn't get like super concussed. Because I do think that, and that's nothing against Tua for getting concussed. It's just his performance since post concussions, understandably, has not been the same. Yeah. Meanwhile, we get to the teams. There are what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 teams left in the league, but 12 of them are playing this weekend.
Hmm.
Because we have two first round buys who's trying to remember. Oh, Seahawks on the NFC and the AFC. Who am I missing as the first round buy there? I don't know. And this is something I should have thought about. Doesn't matter. They're not playing this week. Bottom line is, we got some games that I'm going to talk about. So Bears, Packers, divisional rivalry, the oldest rivalry in the league with the two oldest teams in the league. Over 100 years, these two cities and teams have hated each other with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. And it comes yet again to where they stand in each other's way. And I'm gonna say I'm going with the Bears to take down Green Bay because, like I picked in the regular season, it's in Chicago right now. Green Bay has a lot of injuries. I'm going with the Bears. Bear down, as they say. Um, 49ers and Eagles. Speaking of injuries, the 49ers are injured like crazy, but they haven't seemed to let that affect them. They're still here in the playoffs. They still got Christian McCaffrey. They still got Brock Purdy over there. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. The Eagles have been inconsistent. Don't be surprised if the returning Super Bowl champions beat the 49ers, but they've been pretty inconsistent in this last stretch. So I'm going with the consistency of the 49ers. Jaguars,
Hmm.
Bills. I got the Jaguars upsetting the Bills. That defense has been crazy. They embarrassed Denver. Denver is the AFC one seed. They embarrassed Denver a couple weeks ago, or so upset Denver. Let's not say embarrassed. They upset Denver a couple weeks ago. So I think the Jaguars might have. I'm rooting for some of my friends' teams, as you can see, when it comes to the Bears and Jaguars. But one Friends team that I can't really get behind is the Steelers. I think the Houston Texans, with the true number one overall pick of the year he was drafted, CJ Stroud, who have been on fire for the past like 6, 7, 8 weeks. I think they take down old man Rodgers and the Steelers, who, Tomlin special, just barely over 8-8, but they keep that streak going with some last second shenanigan. But I don't think that's happening against the Texans this week. I got the Texans. And then, of course, unfortunately, I have the Patriots over the Chargers because, well, they're still around. Now, my worst case scenario for a Super Bowl is still in play, unfortunately. For me, the worst case scenario is Rams Patriots. I don't want that. I'm not watching that Super Bowl. But the Rams have what appears to be an easy opponent this weekend. a 13.5 point underdog. But the Rams had a similar game earlier this season against a 13.5 point underdog in the Carolina Panthers. And the Panthers pulled off some bullshit to win that. And you know what? I didn't pick the Panthers earlier this season because, realism. And I was about to realistically today say, okay, we got lucky that first time, but let's be honest, it's the Rams. But I can't. I just can't. It's playoff time. And while I realistically don't expect much out of my Panthers, like I'm not going to be like, this is a Super Bowl season. I mean, we limped in at 8-9. On a loss. We lost the game that could have just clinched the division, given us that like 9-8 season. Have a positive win-loss record. But instead, we like relied on the Falcons to beat the Saints, which they almost didn't do. But I'm picking the Panthers this week because I gotta. It's the team I'm rooting for, and it's the team that I hate second most in the NFL. I gotta pick it. And yes, I do still
hmm
hate the Patriots more than the Rams because it's kind
But
of
you picked the
weird
Patriots to beat the Chargers.
because I'm a realist. I told you I'm a realist.
Yeah.
I have to pick. I just feel like I have to go with the team I'm rooting for playoff wise. I'm not rooting for the Chargers. I don't care about the Chargers. They're one way or the other. They got screwed. What I will say is, much like us in St. Louis, they got screwed out of their team to San Diego and then went there. But that's also a reason for me not to like the Chargers because they screwed over San Diego. So
Fair, fair.
realistically, unfortunately, the Patriots are going to win. Also, yeah, but let me tell you, if the Chargers win and the Panthers win, I'm gonna be happy. Means I can watch the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. So that's that. That's my picks with the NFL. We'll see how things play out.
Alrighty, yeah, we're gonna find. I mean, that Packers Bears game is gonna be a killer tonight.
Let me tell you
Let's move
something. If
on
I
to
had
topic number two.
$150,000, I may spend it on a football team. Anyway,
Topic number two, Omar, the college football playoffs. We had our two semi-final matchups wrapping up yesterday, and we have our finals picture mapped out. So take us through it.
okay, Miami, the team you picked to go the distance. That's right. They beat Ole Miss by 4 points, but they beat Ole Miss pretty solidly in the Fiesta Bowl, formerly of Totitos, now something that doesn't have anything to do with Fiestas. And meanwhile, the Peach Bowl, the Oregon Ducks got embarrassed by Indiana, 56-22. Just complete global annihilation. Not good time for them. Not a good time to be a Duck. Both my picks are out. Not the best picks, but I also don't watch college football, so it is what it is. But that leaves your team, your number one team, the Miami
Number
Hurricanes,
one team.
taking on the number one seed, Indiana, in the championship game on the 19th, Martin Luther King Day. Who will be the king of college football? You still got the U riding strong?
I mean, yeah, I'd
Might as
have
well
to.
go through the finish line.
Going against the number one seed, fresh off of a 56 point domination, is a daunting effort for Miami. It seems, but yeah, you can't. How can you not? How can you not
Yeah.
continue riding?
You know what? I agree with you. Like, by the way, what the fuck's a Hoosier? I don't know what a Hoosier is. I know what a hurricane is. All right. And hurricanes are powerful. Also, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and The Rock used to play for the U. I'm rooting for the U against Indiana. Like, I know there's a lot of people who don't like Miami because they're
A
like
Hoosier is a native resident of Indiana.
the Indiana Indianans. Indianans. Like, yeah, give me the Hurricanes. Give me the Hurricanes. At least the Nebraska Cornhuskers is like, I don't know, it sounds more like a team. It's like the Packers, where it's just like, yeah, it's a job. We're out here husking
Right.
corn. And, we the or the Steelers. We work in the steel mill. We're hard. We build grit. We're not the Pittsburghians. Yeah, get out of here.
The Indianians. Oh my God. Yeah, so fuck them officially. The championship game is going to be happening Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. Probably Eastern time.
Yeah, I
Um
believe so.
uh yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll update you after the championship on who is coming home with it. Topic number three, Omari. Something huge happened in wrestling last night, so I thought we needed to talk about it.
Yeah.
In the era of WWE
Let's
that we
talk
find
about
ourselves in
it.
now, the modern era, the reality, the Triple H era, the WWE Championship has not changed hands on anything but
Other than a
WrestleMania and SummerSlam since 2022.
damn, I was just gonna say pay-per-views. I didn't realize it was just Mania and SummerSlam.
Just Mania and SummerSlam since 2022. Um, Basically the entire new modern creative leadership era. The WWE Championship has only changed hands on those two shows. And last night, closing out the final hour of SmackDown in a commercial-free third hour, in a three stages of hell match. First, a normal match, then a falls count anywhere, no disqualification match, and then a
And then
steel
a
cage
cage.
match. Drew McIntyre is your new
Yeah.
WWE champion.
The dream broken. I'll make them come true. Yeah, I
Pretty
hate that song
huge.
so much.
I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan. I know you're a big Drew McIntyre fan.
I've been a Drew McIntyre fan since the debut. Man just came out there and just said, "Shut the fuck up. I'm Drew McIntyre." What? All right, let's stick around. Even
And
at
then
the
when
lowest
he
points, 3MB still was a Drew McIntyre fan.
Right, and then he got fired and Pokemon evolved into Drew McIntyre final form.
Right? Yeah, I remember seeing that motherfucker on the fucking like Drew Galloway shit, which I believe is his real name, but I remember seeing him at a one of those events leading up to WrestleMania. Like when you have WrestleMania in your town, there's a ton of indie wrestling and everybody else events throughout that whole week.
Right,
And I
right.
remember going to one of those when WrestleMania was in Orlando, the Taker versus Roman year.
Nice.
And yeah, Drew Galloway's big ass comes out there like, holy shit, that's what happened to Drew McIntyre? God damn. But yeah, like you're right. He just fucking Pokemon evolved and just came back and just even more terrifying.
Yeah. We have watched um his Royal Rumble on his ascension to his first big WWE championship win on this channel before. This one comes on a SmackDown, which again, like I said, is rare, in a three stages of hell against Cody Rhodes. In I mean, it was a pretty great match. I mean, you can't have three escalating matches and an overall time of like 45 minutes, and it's hard to be bad, but they did some. Cody Rhodes particularly did did a did a dive off the entry barrier like Darby Jeff Hardy style. It was like, this isn't a Cody Rhodes spot. What are you doing, Cody? You don't need to be doing this, but he did it.
Dude, what I love about Three Stages of Hell is like it's always gonna get to stage three.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
if necessary, the third thing is gonna be this match y'all really want to see. But they gotta make it there. Okay, so we're going to the third stage of hell every time. That's just three matches. Get ready to fight three matches in one night, motherfucker. Oh, okay. That's all you're telling them when you say three stages of hell. But no, like I said, I'm happy Drew won. I assumed he was gonna lose, but I had felt like Drew, the character, needed to win because he's been on. People been talking the last 2 to 3 years about how he's a generational hater, character-wise. Hater of the year. He when he doesn't like you, he's not somebody you want to be targeting you just because he'll be very savage. He's obviously scary to fight in the ring, and he also is just a savage outside of it, just saying all kinds of shit or doing shit to piss you off on a personal level. Um, but he hadn't been getting any victories from it. The CM Punk feud, Punk won that. His previous feud with Cody won that. Couple other feuds here and there where he just wasn't coming out the victor. So I felt like you want to keep him terrified or whatever, or terrifying. Let them get the win. But the way they did it, I did like the Jacob Fatu thing because I think that sets up a weird like triple triangle thing, especially since Jacob attacked Cody too.
And it firmly puts Jacob Fatu into that scene,
Yeah,
which I also
exactly.
support and like.
That's
Like he is permanently in that main event scene now because of
hmm
that moment. I also love from a character perspective the Drew McIntyre that we've known for the last 2 years is just constantly everyone screwing me. Like I can't have a match where somebody else doesn't get involved and screw me out of my victory. And then his big
also
true
true.
moment is is the other guy getting screwed, somebody getting involved and beating up the other guy and allowing Drew McIntyre to win. So from
To
a
be
character
fair,
perspective, I love that
yeah,
full
to be fair
circle.
to his character though, Jacob came there looking like initially it was just to beat Drew's ass and screw him
I
again.
mean, I don't know if we're done developing that story too, revealing moments because when that moment happened months and months or not months, months, 2 months ago, when
No.
Jacob Fatu was taken out of action on that SmackDown, it was one of those where it is painted as Drew McIntyre did it, but I felt in my bones that Cody did it.
Oh,
And I
please,
don't,
I'm
I
just
don't know if
I'm
that's
unfamiliar
unconfirmed
with
yet.
the scenario of the Jacob Fatu attack thing. Please inform me like how we got there.
Um, well, he was taken out of action. IRL, he had, I believe it was reported that he had some severe dental
Okay.
stuff that he had to go into some dental surgery stuff, that
hmm
was going to take him out for a little bit. And it was a SmackDown where uh let me try and refresh myself real quick.
No
Okay,
problem.
boom, 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 boom. Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu were going to fight in the main event for the number one contendership to the WWE Championship.
Ah.
And in that moment, that and in the lead up of the night, Jacob Fatu gets injured, gets attacked backstage. Like, we just, it's one of those where the camera just runs up to Fat Two just
Knocked out.
doing the pose face down on the ground with a little bit of blood trail coming out of his mouth. Um, uh, and Drew McIntyre was like, I didn't do it. Whatever. I guess I'm number one contender now, which is convenient and does make him look like he did
Looked
it.
like he did it.
But then Cody's energy was so like, no, like there's no need to investigate. We don't need to look into this. He obviously did it. I'm gonna go kick his ass right now. And it could have been construed as just him being a white meat baby face, but just my gut in the moment, the way Cody was playing it was no,
Yeah.
I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. Like this is like Jacob was not my best friend or anything like that. And from a Cody perspective, if he did do it, it would be a I think I can beat Drew McIntyre
Yeah, Drew
and
McIntyre's easier
and
than
Jacob
Jacob
Fatu
Fatu.
intimidates me kind
Yeah,
of thing.
which
If
to
we're
be
gonna
fair,
if we're gonna start poking the seeds of a Cody heel
full disclosure,
thing.
if I had to choose which one of those two motherfuckers I'm fighting Drew. Jacob is terrifying. That
Because
that
you
that
think he
mother
might actually be a little like the wires might not be connected with
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu. Like at
Yeah.
least you know Drew McIntyre is like wired correctly, and he's
Mm.
just a freak of a human.
Yeah.
J Jacob Fatu is
Jacob, that
freakish of a
that
human who like
that man's scary.
yeah.
That man's just scary. Oh no, no, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Well, yeah. So we're gonna keep our eyes close on it. What does this mean for the road to WrestleMania?
Oh
Uh, does
shit,
this
it is
does this
January. The
Yeah,
road's
does this
starting
mean that
soon.
Cody Rhodes is now going to be a three-time Royal Rumble winner? I really hope that that doesn't
That
just mean
that
that just
thought
means that Cody is now just going to win the Royal Rumble again.
that thought went through my head as you said it. I'm like, oh God, that means Cody can be going into the Rumble trying to win it a third time.
I
Let
mean,
Stone Cold have his three.
like if odds like if I was going to put odds on Cody Rhodes winning either the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber now, I would put a lot of money on those odds.
Yeah.
You'd assume unless I mean now we're just talking shit, but like it unless we go into some sort of non-title program with Cody at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. And what is the biggest non-title thing that he could do? It's not fighting Jacob Fatu.
No.
I don't know.
Roman. I don't fucking know. But
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here, and we'll probably be keeping you updated on the big bullet points from here out. If you like us talking about stuff, we talk about lots of stuff on this channel. We got a media show called This Guy Hasn't Seen, where we share movies back and forth. One guy has seen it, the other one hasn't. It's like a book club, but with movies, and it's pretty fun. Mario, where else can they find you on the interwebs?
You can also find me on Twitter and Twitch at Geotavi. That is Gioeavi. Come on in. Stop on by. Streaming Earth Day 240. Y'all know what that means. And yeah, Bill is done, as am I. Thank you all. Have a good one. Adios.